Steve Thomas is a caver. He was also involved in the rescue. Hi, Steve. Great work. Well done, you and the rest of the team. Tell us about it.
Hello. Well, it was certainly a very long rescue. It was quite cold a lot of the time, but we were highly motivated, and we were honoured to have rescue teams from around the UK join us and work with us seamlessly. It was fabulous. It was, I don't know how you rate them, but it was the best cave rescue I've ever been involved in, and certainly the biggest, and certainly the longest as far as I remember. So, yeah, it was quite something special.
What were the conditions like? And given that so many people were involved, how did you make sure that in those confined spaces you just didn't get in each other's way?
This is part of the reason rescues take so long, is you have to coordinate every movement. There are no footpaths or anything to follow. We are literally, our route is dictated by the nature of the cave. So we have to sometimes crawl, sometimes through water, sometimes we have to climb up or down. We have to negotiate boulders. And what we can't do is have everybody pass the stretcher, because we don't walk with it. We have to usually pass it along. Once you get to the end of being passed, you have all the rescuers at the wrong side and they can't get past. So we have to plan each moment of being in the cave so that there's always a team ahead as well as a team behind and a team doing. It's quite complicated at times, but we've done this so many times. There's no surprises. We've practiced this, and we've had plenty of other smaller rescues. So it's just a case of being focused, staying with it, and knowing that how we do it works. It's slow, but it does get there.
And all the time there's running water, you're in a confined space, and it's freezing cold, I'm guessing.
Yeah, caves are drafty. They're not sort of warm places. So once you're soaked through, you're okay if you're moving, but once you stop, and there's a lot of stopping, the chill factor is quite high with the drafts through the cave. So it is easy to get cold. So you need to keep your spirits up, and we look after each other. That's kind of, there's a lot of camaraderie with doing this, and it's just keep your spirits up, remain mentally strong, and just stay focused on what we're doing. It is a minute by minute thing, and we don't break it down beyond what we're doing really, other than the team that are sort of working ahead, and then eventually one of those moments is the moment when we exit the cave.
Did you know it was always going to be a good outcome?
I think for the most part we have to. We know what we're doing, and we know the condition of the patient. We certainly have our team doctors and medics, so we're aware of his or her condition, and we go in with the intention of coming out with a successful outcome. We stay positive, stay focused, and get the job done.
I think you had a bit of interaction with the caver, the patient, didn't you? What was his condition like, and did he manage to say anything?
Yeah, throughout. It's a long time for anybody to be strapped into a stretcher and immobilised, especially with injuries. So, you take that into account. But there were times when he was quite perky. He's a very strong character. He was okay. He was certainly very happy to be out of the cave. Who wouldn't be?
What did you say to him?
Actually, as we came out of the cave, I was just fortunate to be in exactly the right position to be able to lean into him and say, "You're out of the cave now." It was a great moment.
And how did he react? Did he smile, or was he just so relieved?
You can see he was happy, relieved. Yeah, he wasn't going to get up and jump around for joy, but yeah, he was obviously clearly happy.
Yeah, I'm sure. So on a personal level, no, I cannot understand why you get into a tiny cave full of water that's drafty, and then you find that somebody falls and breaks all sorts of bones. What on earth do you do that for?
Well, people should challenge themselves. It's good to sometimes go beyond your comfort zone, and certainly It's very rewarding to challenge yourself, whether you climb a mountain, ride a horse, whatever you do. I mean, it's healthy. I mean, statistically, it's not very dangerous. And it's very easy to be careful. We know what the dangers are. Sometimes things go wrong. I mean, the rocks that moved on Saturday hadn't moved for how many thousands of years, but that was the day they chose to move. You know, but there was plenty of other years when they just didn't move. So it's just bad timing. But most of the time, things go off without a hitch.
Yeah, biggest risk I want to take is falling off a bar stool drinking martinis. I think that's the biggest risk I'm going to take. And you guys are just, and girls, I'm sure as well, absolute superstars. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to explain to us what happened. Thanks a lot.